Thank you for choosing the good old couch as your entertainment provider. Please sit back and relax. We will be with you shortly.
Engines roar, black tracks burn ahead. Victory smell living in my head. Tires screaming, gripping the way. Fueling the fire, it's my game to play. Helmet down with the finish in sight. Adrenaline rush filling the night. Dust and sparks shaping the day. On the circuit I'm here to stay. Speeding hearts, we own the track. Pedals to metal, no looking back. Racing dreams, burning fast. Crossing the line, I'm built to last. Crowd cheers loud like a thunderous wave. Under the lights, the champion they crave. Flags in the air, they know the tale. Glory's in reach, I'll never fail. First. Pit stop, hustle, gear so tight. Seconds count in this fight. Sweat drips steady, the tensions grow. Ready, steady, let that power flow. Speeding hearts, we own the track. Pedals to metal, no looking back. Racing dreams, burning fast. Crossing the line, I'm built to last. Yeah. Pit stop, hustle, gear so tight. Seconds count in this fight. Sweat drips steady, the tensions grow. Ready, steady, let that power flow. Yeah. Crowd cheers. Yeah. Yeah. Pit stop, hustle, gear so tight. Seconds count in this fight. Flags in the air, they know the tale. Glory's in reach, I'll never fail. Engines roar, black tracks burn ahead. Victory smell living in my head. Tires screaming, gripping the way. Fueling the fire, it's my game to play. Helmet down with the finish in sight. Adrenaline rush filling the night. Dust and sparks shaping the day. On the circuit I'm here to stay. Speeding hearts, we own the track. Pedals to metal, no looking back. Racing dreams, burning fast. Crossing the line, I'm built to last. Crowd cheers loud like a thunderous wave. Under the lights, the champion they crave. Flags in the air, they know the tale. Glory's in reach, I'll never fail. First. Pit stop, hustle, gear so tight. Seconds count in this fight. Sweat drips steady, the tensions grow. Ready, steady, let that power flow. Speeding hearts, we own the track.
welcome everyone back to race number 4 of our good old couch ADS F1 24 League. Again tonight you will hear my semi-irritating, sort of amazing voice. I'm Anomaly and I'm joined by my fantastic co-host Persephone.
Thank you, and your voice is only amazing.
Only amazing, not irritating, loving it. Oh, you always make me feel so good, Persephs. And welcome, it's fantastic having you back here again this evening.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here in Hungary.
In Hungary, we are hungry for some racing tonight.
We definitely, and I see it's sunny in Hungary. I have to tell you, I'm actually very cold. I'm sitting here on the couch with a blanket and 2 dogs, and I'm still cold. So
that's amazing. Yeah, unfortunately, Persephone is not on my couch this evening. But maybe next week again we can have Persephone in studio. But I must be honest, Persephs, even I'm sitting on the couch with a blanket. I'm trying to cuddle my cat. He's not having any of it. He's an old oomie by now. So, yeah. It's definitely not as sunny and warm as it is in Hungary.
Definitely not. But I think the racing is going to warm us up. You know, it's going to be exciting, so we're going to forget about the cold. And
I'm very excited.
Yeah, we're going to concentrate so much on all the names and pronunciation and, you know,
and the trail braking
and the trail braking and the tight cornering.
And the aggressive driving and the tires, the important stuff, you know, the stuff you guys come here for every week.
Exactly. We're gonna concentrate so much. We're gonna forget it's winter in South Africa, and we're just gonna. And we can't really complain. I mean, our winters are already 15, 16 degrees. You know, all the other people in the world think we're like really annoying little children complaining about 15, 16 degrees.
I was just about to say we have, like, for all of our non-South African viewers out there, wishing us, you know, colder weather. Yeah, you're welcome to come on vacation. We will stream a match with you.
Yeah, no, 100%. My colleagues in the UK always laugh at me because you know, then it's like 15 or something degrees and I'm sitting here freezing. You know, I've got the mittens on, I've got the hat on, all those type of things.
The blanket, everything,
and then like, Minky, how cold is it? And I'm like, I'm freezing. And then like, what's the weather? It's like 15 degrees. Like, no, it's like -1. What are you talking?
Oh my goodness. I just also want to quickly welcome everyone there in chat. Thank you for joining us. Please do not text and drive. As always, Good Old Couch does not condone that.
No, of course not.
And Persephone, do you see we have 19 races back here again this evening?
I just wanted to say, so we have Pete back, we have Foxy Cute back, we have oh my goodness, listen to me.
Unfair Straws back. So yeah, we have all of our races back this evening. We're super excited to have all of them out on the track. I'm waiting actually for someone to start from pit lane so we can have a look at this track. So at the moment, let's see if maybe, I don't know which ones are the white ones. Okay, here we have it. We're gonna check on Nanarki. He's going to go around the straight. I just actually want to have a look at this track because I've heard some of our racers, Persephs, being all moany about it and saying that they haven't practiced it as much as they should have. So I just want to have a look here at what they are afraid of. You can see some elevation on the track. I must say, I personally think they've driven harder tracks than this one so far. The cornering is not that tight. There's a lot of straights. The little bit of a chicane that we're going around now. There's a slight elevation, but overall it kind of looks like it might be a mild track in my opinion.
Yes, I also don't know why they're complaining. And at the end of the day, if you're complaining that you haven't practiced enough, that has nothing to do with the track. That has to do with you not practicing, right?
Definitely, definitely. We actually have a couple of our races trying to the qualifiers here on medium tires, which is very interesting for me to see as always. Oh, well done also to Nanarki there with the fastest time. He held it there for a couple of seconds with a 1:17, and then God of War took it with a 1:15. God of War still keeping that fastest time, but we do have the times clocking in. So, Perseus, why don't you run us through them?
Yes, let's do it. I mean, I think it's going to change while I'm reading it. So
Okay, but then read it fast. Let's go fast. Gotta go fast.
Let's do it. Okay, so in first position at this very moment, we have God of War with a 1:15.922. Then we have Spectre Wolf with a 1:16.478. Hannibal with a 1:17.071. Marksman with a 1:17.159. Nanarki with a 1:17.392. Ace Triple Five with a 1:17.466. Buster Club with a 1:17.886. Darth Vader with a 1:18.637. Wasabi Baby with a 1:19.083. V-Power with a 1:19.088. Zarigon with a 1:19.353. Nikki Knox with a 1:24.92. Pete with a 1:22.782. Unfair with a 1:24.693. And then we're still waiting for the other people to put on a time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we have Dogman that just put up a 1:16.545.
Well done, Dogman. Actually, last week, do you remember how well he drove last week? And he's actually quite new to the league, so it's exciting to see our new drivers up there competing with our regulars or F1 23 champion Spectre Wolf are new drivers that's a little bit more profesh. Not as profesh as me and Persephone, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
And now I think if we have a couple of times on the leader grid, I want to have a look actually here at Mr. Frey as well. To everyone watching who's thinking that it's not Mr. Frey, Mr. Frey, it is definitely Mr. Frey. He gave himself away in our WhatsApp chat a little bit earlier last week, where he called himself Mr. Frey, and I was like, yeah, I knew it.
No. It's because you call him Mr. Frey. It's not Mr. Frey. It's because you call him Mr. Frey.
I definitely think that it is Mr. Frey.
It's because you call him Mr. Frey.
Okay, so everyone now, I think...
I do have a question. Where is Ulezi?
Ulezi is probably the one that we are missing at this moment in time. Last week also fashionably late. So hoping that Ulezi gets here in time this week. Otherwise, your Kicks is only going to have one leg out on the track.
Oh my goodness, and I can't only have one leg. That's just going to be terrifying.
You can't only have one leg. Okay, so I think, Persephone, it is time just to have a little bit of a prediction. So what do you think is going to be, who's going to be our top three?
Okay, so Frey first, Spectre Wolf second, and I'm going to go with God of War third.
God of War third. Okay, so it's going to be Mr. Frey first. Then it's going to be Spectre Wolf. And then it's going to be God of War.
Yes.
Okay, let me test this out, guys. You're gonna test this out with me because we're actually gonna have Ace in our post-race interview, just to give us a little bit of exciting news and give us a little bit of a lowdown that he's going to be bringing to us. But I'm going to put a prediction in the chat, and I'm going to make the submission period open for 5 minutes. And let's see, you guys are just gonna try to do this with me. Okay, let's see podium. And
I just want to mention, first the clock is shouting out his angel in the chat.
Welcome to
Totally.
Faster Clocks, Angel. Perfect. Okay, guys, I tried to throw a little bit of a prediction or a managed prediction there. So let's see if you guys can make the correct prediction. Also, please drop for me in the chat, who do you think is going to take podium? Just have a little bit of fun there with the predictions. I actually just want to see if it works. We're like testing this together. So yeah, I'm very excited to see if that works. But, however, let's get back to what we are actually doing here. Persephone, what do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah,
oh my goodness, I think so many things. So we have times for everybody. So let me go through the times quickly for us.
Okay,
and
100%.
then yeah. And then I'm just sorry, my dog just brought in the hugest leaf from outside. But yeah, let her play with her leaf. So let's start. We have God of War with the fastest time at this very moment with a 1 with 15,698. Spectacle with a 116,478. The Dog Man with a 116,545. Danky Monkey with a 116,767. Hannibal with a 117,071. Marksman with a 117,159. Nanarki with a 117,392. Ace 555 with a 117,466. Faster Clock with a 117,886. Firefray with a 118,180. Darth Vader with a 118,637. Wasabi Bubby with a 118,735. V-Power with a 119,088. Foxy Cute with a 119,134. Billy Gone with a 119,353. Mr. Alpha with a 123,95. Nicky Knox with a 124,92. Peach with a 127,17. And Ancestral with a 124,693.
That is fantastic times. I'm very happy that we have a time on the grid for each of our races. Persephone, thank you so much for running us through that. You are so proficient already that I don't even know how to keep up. I see in the chat we have Ulezi stating that he is on the way. Ulezi, you better be on the way. I see you want to do it hard mode again this evening, but we do believe in you. We're excited to see what you will be bringing this evening. And then everyone, the predictions is still open for like 2 minutes and 22 seconds. I didn't know how much time to put on it. So go in there, drop a prediction. I think you just click on predict, and then you just drop whoever you think is going to take podium. And then yes, actually for our teams as well, Persephs, I have very, very high hopes this evening for McLaren. We have both of our McLaren drivers back. Everybody knows I'm a massive McLaren fan. So I'm very excited to see what Ace and Faster Clark will be doing this evening. And then I'm also very excited about that times that God of War and Spectre Wolf is putting up there in pause 1 and 2 at the current moment. So a bit confused with Mr. Frey's time there, but he's probably going to wait until there's 2 minutes left on the qualifier, and then he's just going to throw us with a loop.
But doesn't he normally do this to us?
He usually does this to us.
Yeah, I'm sure this is his norm, right? He qualifies like here in the middle, and then he just like takes over the whole grid here.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it feels normal to me. I'm not surprised. And he normally also qualifies with the medium tires, and everybody else qualifies with the soft tires, and then suddenly he starts with the soft tires and he gives us a little wink, and then there you go.
And I've had some insider info, Persephone, that we will be seeing. Oh, this is good. This is good tea. Listen, we will be seeing amazing wiggles coming this evening.
Oh my goodness! They should just not wiggle off the track though, because this is a little bit of a narrower track. You know, our previous track was nice and wide. So they could wiggle a lot, they could wiggle in style, but this is a narrow track, so they shouldn't wiggle off the track. They should be careful when they wiggle.
Yes, please be careful with the wiggles. However, we do love to see some very good wiggles coming there from our races. Actually seeing a little bit of a wiggle there from Foxy, although I do think that one was unintended. So-
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. We have to
yeah,
be careful with the
please
wiggle.
keep the wiggling to the formulation lab. The form. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I see Farnman made a prediction. He said Frey first, God of War second, and Alf third.
Okay, so I think now that we've figured out how the prediction thingy works, I'm going to put it up for a little bit of a longer period. What do you think, Perseus? Do you think I must put up another one, maybe add like 5 options?
Yeah, I think we can do. I think we're learning, right? So next time we can put it up for a little bit longer.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's delete this one.
okay.
Let's delete this one and then let's try it again. And again,
Yeah.
we ask who is going to be podium. And our options is Mr. Frey, Spectre, God of War, and you said Farnman threw in Alf as well.
He did, yeah, he did.
Perfect. Let's put Alf ZA in there. And then I think we need one more prediction. Who do you think might also stand a very good chance of taking that podium? I'm very impressed with Dogman's times there.
I just wanted to say Dogman, yeah.
I think let's put Dogman in there as well, because you can see he's keeping a consistent 4th there with a 116, which is amazing.
Yes, I think that's a good call.
And we're going to put it up for 30 minutes, which is the longest that I can do it for.
Okay, brilliant. So how do people then vote? When they're in the chat, do they press a button?
Yeah, so when you're in the chat, you can see you can win couch pillows if you predict correctly. And couch pillows is points that you can use on the channel when you do watch the streams. So that's actually very exciting to see. You just click on the podium prediction at the top. It's a little bit of a thicker line. There's a lot of purple in there. And then you just select the one that you think is going to take podium, meaning first place. So we're not going to be able to select first to third place. We can only select first. And then if you are correct, you're going to definitely be winning some points up there.
Nice.
So yeah, that's very exciting. I'm truly excited about that. I don't know 100% how it works yet, but truly excited to see some more community engagement and some engagement coming from everybody there in chat. And then I must say, Persephone, I'm very sad to see that we have not yet had Eastrand Geeks in the chat. Usually he's there, he's giving us some tips, he's giving us some clarifications. So me and you are entirely on our own this evening.
Oh my goodness, yes, that's quite scary.
And I don't have any problem with that. I know we can do it. I'm quickly going to run us through our final times. Unfortunately, I see Foxy Cute there grayed out, so probably not going to be able to qualify further. However, there is only 1 minute and 22 seconds left on the clock. God of War still holding that first position with a steady 115.698. Mr. Frey, you see Persephone there, he crept up on us in second position with a with a 115.980. Yeah, I should have listened to you. He's there, he's ready. And then he's followed by Spectre Wolf dropping down to third position with a 116.478, followed by the Dogman keeping a steady fourth with a 116.545, Danky Monkey in fifth with a 116.767, Marksman in sixth with a 116.991, Hannibal in 7th, entering the 170s or 17s. Nanarki in 8th position, Ace in 9th position, Vasterklak in 10th position, and then we have V-Power following suit in 11th. Wasabi Baby up there in 12th position, Darth Vader in 13th, Foxy Cute in 14th, however she is grayed out. Mr. Alf in 15th, Peach entering the pit lane in 16th position, Zerigon in 17th, Nikki Knox in 18th, well done Nikki Knox, and then Unfair Straw taking up the rear there in 19th position with a 124.693, and Mr. Frey creeping up on us again, taking fastest lap with a 115.251 with a mere few seconds left on the clock.
Nice.
I doubt that it's going to change at this current moment in time, but like you said, this is becoming a habit of Mr. Frey's, waiting until the last minute or two to just rock up there and throw us all for a loop. God of War having held a steady first position in this qualifier, probably a little bit irritated at the moment, however very good sportsmanship, so doubting it, but Mr. Frey going to lead the pack for our formulation lap.
Brilliant. So I'm trying to look at your poll thing, right? So I'm not managing as of yet, but I'm definitely gonna try.
Please keep on trying. I see if I look at the stream thingy set up on the stream thingy, then there's a button that says predict, but I can't predict. So if you don't manage to predict, let me know afterwards. If anybody else doesn't manage to predict, let me know. I would just like to sort that out for next time where I can make a predictable prediction. But
Ooh, wait.
Are you managing?
I found it. It says,
Yay!
then count below and make a prediction.
Perfect.
Right?
Yes.
So predict with count Pelot's podium. Let's press it.
Let's see if you can predict.
So wait.
While Persephone is testing out our logistics for us there,
Yes.
I'm quickly
taking
going to
it.
have a look. There's not much that changed. We do have Mr. Frey leading the pack for the Ferrari, followed by God of War in the Red Bull, Spectre Wolf in the Williams in third position, the Dogman for Haas up there in fourth, whoop whoop, Danky Monkey in the Kick, your green team Persefs in fifth, Marksman in sixth, Hannibal, Nanarki, Ace, Vasterklak, V-Power, Wasabi, Darth Vader, and then I couldn't see the rest. I am so sorry. But we're gonna have a look for you guys just now as soon as they start formulating. So currently our racers are just busy finalizing their strats a little bit there. We're just waiting for our players to ready up and to just get into this groove, and then hopefully we will be seeing some amazing wiggles.
Wiggle. I'm excited about the wiggle.
I see we are actually here by the Red Bull pit lane, Persephs. If you have a look, you can see the engineers on the left-hand side, a wild Red Bull there on the right-hand side.
Nice.
Definitely.
Look at it says God of War here on the right-hand side with the South African flag. Do you see it?
Well done. God of War there on the right-hand side. Nikki Knox also there on the right-hand side, just a little bit forward.
Brilliant. Let's see if we have some wiggles.
Let's see if we have some wiggles. Wiggling coming there from Mr. Frey. Another wiggle there from God of War. A wiggle coming from Spectre. And also the Dogman gave us a little bit of a wiggle there.
That wasn't a little bit of a wiggle. That was extreme wiggles. I mean, they took it to... Look at that. That is extreme
Look at
wiggles.
those wiggles. Oh, that is very profesh wiggles there. Excellent wiggling coming there from Frey, God of War. Even Spectre joining in there behind. The Dogman wiggling. You even see the Kick, you see Marksman, and we see some wiggles coming there from Hannibal, Nanarki. Now we only need Ace to wiggle that bum.
Wiggle.
Come on, Asa, we're going to see a
Wiggle.
little bit of a wiggle coming there from the McLaren side as well. Let's have a look, folks. No wiggling coming from McLaren, but that's all right.
It's okay.
Why is McLaren
That's
doing
all
me
right.
dirty like
It's
that this
okay.
evening?
That's all right. It's okay. We're gonna wiggle anyway.
Anyway. I love that. Oh, there's a lot of people disqualified during our formation lap. But they will still be able to race. So yeah, a little bit of a disqualified there. But some fantastic wiggles, formulating, warming up those tires. I was so distracted by this wiggling, Persephone, that I forgot to put our tire data on. Let me put that on.
It's okay. Let's put on our tire data.
And
Okay,
there we
so-
go.
There we go. Oh, mediums. Oh my goodness, I'm fairly shocked. Fairly shocked.
Are you fairly shocked?
I'm fairly shocked. I expected the soft tires, and then I got the medium tires, and the danky monkeys on the hard tires. So I'm
Yeah,
fairly shocked.
we're actually seeing quite an interesting pit strategy coming here from the McLaren team. You can see both of them starting out on the soft tires. So I'm assuming that they're going to try to get as much laps and positions in as early as possible in this race. And they're off, everyone. So well, we do have Mr. Frey still leading the pack. And we have God of War attempting an overtake there on the inside line. And he is successful. God of War taking that first position. Very clean racing coming there from our top three. Mr. Frey's fighting very hard. You can also see Ace 555 having jumped up there with a position during this pull away. Usually Ace 555 does have amazing pull aways. So yeah, we have God of War taking that first position, leading the pack, followed closely there by Mr. Frey. Spectre Wolf on top of him, and the Dogman keeping quite on top of Spectre there as well, putting a lot of pressure there on our Williams driver. And then we do have Marksman picking up the rear there behind Dogman. He's probably going to see if he will be able to overtake in order to afford both himself and Spectre the opportunity to gain some time, because the Dogman seems to be quite the threat the last couple of races, Persephone. And then we have Danky Monkey following suit in 6th position, and you can see Ace 555 sticking on top of Danky Monkey there, awaiting his chance to overtake. So this was an amazing pull away that we had this evening.
A very good pull away. There was no incidents. Everybody pulled away very nicely. There were, like I said, no incidents. No, do not finish or do not qualify, or nothing like that. So really nice pull away.
Very nice. A little bit, some aggressive driving coming there between our pause 1 and pause 2. Mr. Frey having taken back that position 1 there for a millisecond, and God of War taking it right back there. Also the fastest lap going to God of War with a 122. It was the fastest lap, a 122. So that's also a very good time to put on the board there. And then we cannot count out Spectre Wolf at this point in time, Persephone. We've gotten to know Spectre to be the quiet, lurking one. He's going to wait for one of them to make the tiniest little bit of a mistake, and then he's going to pass. So very excited also to see what will be coming from Spectre. And then we do have the Dogman there, still in 4th position, picking up that pace. You can see, actually at that angle, you could see perfectly how close he is sticking on top of Spectre Wolf there.
Yeah, no, he's so close. I mean, it feels like he can actually touch him, if he just sticks his hand out of the car. So
definitely.
Marksman there with the fastest lap with a 118, so very good time.
That's an amazing time to put up there on the board. And then Persephone, we do have one of the drivers in your kick team that didn't qualify, started out at the bottom. Let's have a look at where Ulezi is already on this grid. He's already up there in 11th.
Already on 11. Well done, Ulezi. Excellent driving. but we expect that from Leslie. He's an excellent driver. So,
We really do. Like, we're not even worried anymore if he doesn't qualify. We're just like, it's only going to take 3 or 4 laps.
yeah, he's up there with the best of them. So no, brilliant that Ulezi made it. So I'm really happy he made it. I have both of my kicks in the race, so that's brilliant.
You have both legs on the track this evening. We actually have Mr. Alf ZA also sticking quite close on top of Wasabi there. We've seen some competition coming between Wasabi and Alf during this league so far. Wasabi just refusing to give Alf some leeway and allowing him to pass. So he's going to have his work cut out for him. Alf is either going to, my apologies, have to qualify before Wasabi, or he's going to have a hell of a time trying to get past her on this track. And then I also saw that we did have the fastest lap going there. I think it was Mr. Frey. Did I see correctly?
That's right. Frey with a 117.
Fantastic. And then,
so we have Frey in first position, Spectre Wolf in second, and God of War in third position, as I predicted, might I say.
As you predicted. And then I wonder actually what happened there, because God of War was keeping a steady first position there. But as you predicted, everyone, the predictions are still open. You can win some couch pillows if you predict correctly. So have a look there at our predictions. The time is almost halfway through for the predictions. Drop your prediction there. Who do you think is going to win? We have 5 options that we think might give you guys a podium this evening. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And then I am very excited, Persephone, to see what is going to come of Danky Monkey on these hard tires for the kick, as well as Ace and Faster Clock on the soft tires. So you can already see Danky Monkey overtaking there on Marksman, taking that 5th position. So he's definitely going to be putting some pressure there on the Dogman. I'm a little bit worried because Danky does put a lot of pressure. It's very hard to keep him behind you. He is a very seasoned driver, so he knows exactly what's going on. He knows where to brake, where to overtake, where to DRS, and apparently there's something like ERS as well, and I'm sure he knows about that.
Listen, honestly, every time I'm going to be very honest with you, right? I've been chatting with you about Formula One now for this is now the second league and all those type of things, and it's been a few months and all those type of things. I have no idea what DRS is. So every time somebody says DRS, I'm like, good for you, because I think it's a good thing. Right?
It is a good thing. It is a good thing.
Yeah.
So
and I think it's like when you're behind a car, you build up like wind speed or something.
Yeah. And apparently it's a little button that you can press. So usually it's on the straights where you call it drafting, where if you stick on top of the car in front of you, the wind doesn't break your speed, but it breaks the car in front of you speed. So then when you overtake and you apparently like push the DRS button, it opens something that gives you almost like a little boost, like a little jump in front of them. So a little bit of a speed boost going there to your car to just afford you a little bit of extra speed to overtake.
Nice.
And then if I do have that incorrectly, please drop it for me in the chat. Correct me. I do not mind being corrected. We can actually, Persephone, I don't know if you're seeing this. I was on God of War, and you can actually see a little bit of tire wear jumping in there. You can see he's sliding a little bit around on this track. And I do know that this track is very hard on the tire wear, especially on keyboard or for keyboard players versus the controller and the wheel. So I'm thinking that our Red Bull drivers might have a little bit more of a harder time this evening than our drivers driving on wheels and controllers.
Okay, I didn't realize that the method of you driving like keyboard or wheel or controller would make a difference. I didn't realize that.
It actually does, in the sense that one of the drivers actually did explain a little bit of it to me. However, I do think that I might need to just refresh my memory with them. But apparently, if you're driving on the keyboard, your turns are much sharper because you're pressing keys. It's not like the wheel where you can gradually turn the wheel and you're going to see an effect. So when you press those keyboard keys and you like just try to turn with them, your turns are much sharper, and that actually does have an effect on the tire wear and there was something else, another word that they used, but yeah, let's just say the tire wear for now, where your tires get worn out a lot quicker than someone else's, which might force our keyboard players to either make a double pit stop or to have excellent skill and car control to ensure that they do stay on the road. And you can actually have a look, if we just jump to God of War here again, you can actually have a little bit of a look there. You can see some of the control on the car slipping a little bit, indicating that he is having a harder time there. And as I'm saying it, he is going into the pits there, so he will now be pitting for his next set of tires.
Yeah, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, So Ace actually let me sit behind his wheel so that I could see how it feels to drive the car, right? And I have to honestly tell you, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to turn that wheel, and I was actually thinking, and I'm not saying it's easier on a keyboard or anything, but I can see that pressing the key is sharper. So I can see why that would be heavier on the tire. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can honestly
100%.
see that, because with the wheel you actually have to gradually turn it. It feels like you're turning a car wheel, and I just don't have the strength to do it, honestly. But I'm glad
Yeah, and it really is. Sorry to interrupt you there. I just got so excited over what you were saying that I just had to join in. And then also, I do have ADHD, so please, if I am rude and I do interrupt you, just be like, anomaly, let me finish.
Nah.
So yeah, but I 100% agree. When you do turn the car wheel, you can actually feel the feedback and the force back and everything that you need to take into consideration, whereas with the keyboard, when you press the keys and you drive on the keys, and again I'm like pressing imaginary keys in front of me as if Persephone can see all of them.
Yes, I see them.
Exactly.
I see 'em.
Emotionally she sees them. I'm so happy. But yeah, that does take a toll on your tires, and you can see that actually God of War, having entered in third position, exiting the pit lane in ninth position, having pitted for the hard tires on lap 9. Persephone, I realized that there's not a different pit strategy that he could have taken. It had to be the hard tires. However, it is on lap 9 out of 25, so I am wondering if those tires are going to be able to carry him through.
Yeah, no, I don't want to make a prediction, but I'm going to say no.
We already made a prediction. It's up there in the chat. Go and click on the prediction.
Go and click on the prediction. But now I'm doubting my prediction, because I don't think those tires are going to not for the whole race. I don't think so. I honestly don't. Especially not because the medium tires only last for 9 laps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's just no way. Oh my goodness.
We actually have Ace here attempting an overtake on Mr. AlfZA, not quite managing it there on the outside line. Now he does have the inside line. Mr. Alf having gone into the pit lane, affording Ace this opportunity to take the pause off pause 9. Definitely just taking that overtake. Wonderfully done there by Ace. I could actually see a little bit of that will and that determination come through there, attempting on that outside line there, Persephone. A wonderful overtake. And then we also have Mr. AlfZA, as well as I believe it was Wasabi Baby and Zarigon currently in the pit lanes, pitting for new tires. So hopefully some hard tires coming out there, because Persephone, I do not know if if you are going to attempt a two-stop race, whether this will be successful at this point in time. You can actually see both Ace and Faster Cluck already having pitted 4 and 3 laps earlier. Ace for the medium tires, Faster Cluck there on the hard tires, and quite a feat there from Ace as well to attempt the remainder of the race on medium tires. However, we have seen excellent car control coming from his side as well during the leagues. So yeah, we're going to see our McLaren pit strategy just coming coming at us there.
Yeah, can I just mention that my kicks are doing very well? So Danky Monkey is in second place and then Lazy is in fourth place.
Your
So
kicks are doing so well.
I just want to shout out my kicks, and then of course I want to shout at Hannibal, who is in third position at this very moment.
Well done, Hannibal. He is, however, in third position on 10 laps on his medium tires. We actually have our first to fourth position still needing to go and pit. However, Hannibal does have a nice lead on Ulezi there, an 11-second lead, and then Danky Monkey having a 5-second lead on Hannibal. So either they're going to have to push another lap or two to put some more time between them and the racers that's already pitted, or they're going to be exiting in a worse off position than when they did enter the pit lane. But I do want to mention also, Persephone, that your kicks are doing really well and we don't have one of them up there on the predictions.
I realize that, but listen, if my kicks are on the podium, I will be so proud. I just want to say that because, you know, I still can't, I'm still calling them kicks, and I know that there's a second affiliation name with them. I know I said sober, but it's Saber.
Yeah,
Saber?
it's Kick Saber, I think.
Saber, yes. So if my sabers are there, then we'll be super proud.
And then I want to mention, I do see we have Danky Monkey and Hannibal there in position 1 and 2, not having gone pitted yet. Mr. Frey having exited the pit at an excellent third position there. Spectre Wolf picking up the rear there in fourth position, and God of War already having worked himself back up there to fifth position. So this is definitely, I don't think it's going to be a two-stop race for them. I think they're going to push through on these tires until the finish, or until the end of the race. And then at the current moment, we also have Marksman sticking quite close to Ace 555 there in 7th and 8th position. Marksman having 3 laps on his newly hard tires, and Ace already sitting with 6 laps on the medium tires. However, that might still be giving him a little bit of an edge to keep in front of Marksman, because Marksman's still trying to just drive in those hard tires a little bit there, but he's definitely putting some pressure, and Ace managing excellently to keep that pressure under bay.
Yeah. So I see Hannibal went and he pitted. So
and there we have, I'm so sorry, Persephs, I just wanted to mention quickly, we have Marksman overtaking Ace 555 on the inside line, stuck very close there to Ace, and he did manage that overtake successfully. So Ace going to chase down on Marksman, I do believe, to take back that 6th position, having done excellently by already climbing 2 positions in this race.
Brilliant. So Danky Monkey still need to pit, Frey in second, Spectre Wolf in third, and God of War in fourth. And then the Dogman in fifth.
Wonderful. And then everyone, our predictions are still open for, I think it's like a minute or 2 that they are still open. Go and drop your predictions. You can win some couch pillows. So you're excited over that.
Yeah, I just want to say that I tested the couch pillow thing now. So if I do by accident win, we will reverse it, because the intention is not that I win the couch pillows.
100%. I'm not 100% if Persephone is the one winning the couch pillows, we will be running to Ace and being like, Ace, please help us.
Help us reverse it, yeah, because the intention is not that I win it. This is the first time we're doing it. We've never tasted it.
Yeah,
So we
we've
just want
never.
to test it.
Yeah, we wanted to test
Yeah.
it. We want to see how it works. We want to give you guys some interaction during the stream. And then, yeah, Persephone, why we are on lap 14. We are almost 10 laps away from the end of the race. Why don't you run us through our grid at the current moment in time?
Brilliant. So, in first place, on 13 laps on his hard
Oh my
tires.
goodness.
So, he has to pit sooner or later.
Yeah,
I
you can
think.
see him sliding and slipping there.
Yeah, he has to pit sooner or later. Dancy Monkey in first position. In second position, we have Mr. Frey Frey, or Frey Frey as I like to call him. In
As
third
you like to
position,
call
we have, yeah. In third position, we have Spectre Wolf. In fourth position, we have God of War. In fifth position, we have the Dogman. Oh, something just happened.
And
The Dancy
Spectre
Monkey don't fit.
overtook with the
No,
DRS on the straights. Ooh!
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know if you saw that. There was a
I-
little bit of a collision there
saw.
between Spectre and Mr. Frey and Mr. Frey having spun out there just after turn 1 there. So losing a couple of positions, maybe having picked up some damage on the car. We will be seeing shortly if it looks like there will be damage on this car, and just not managing that overtake there on Spectre Wolf.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I think we were in third position.
Let's start again, right? Because that was
Wonderful.
quite intense. Yeah. So Spectre Wolf in first position, God of War in second, Danky Monkey in third, Frey in fourth, the Dogman in fifth, Marksman in sixth, Ulezi in seven, Nanarki in eight, Hannibal in nine, Faster Pluck in 10, Ace in 11, V Power in 12, Mr. Elf ZA in 13, Wasabi in 14, Darth Vader in 15, Foxy Cute in 16, Zerigon in 17, Peach in 18, Nixie Knox in 19, and Unfair Straw in 20. And then we would just like to shout out to my Engel from
From Faster Clucky, shout out going there to his Angel. Angel, I hope you're watching. Drop us a little comment there in the chat. Let us know that you're hearing us so that we can relay it to our pigeons and crows and doves and whatever's flying down there to the pit lane to let Faster Clucky know that you have heard him. So yeah, drop it there in the chat for us. Persephone, I'm actually amazed, I must say. We have God of War already climbed back there to second position with 8 laps on these hard tires. He has 5 seconds to make up to Spectre Wolf, which I really do think he will be able to do. And we did have him push so hard for a first place up until the races, up until now. So I'm really hoping and I'm rooting for him this evening. And then Danky Monkey, having exited that pit lane in an excellent position of third position. He's on newly medium tires. You can see he's sticking close on top of God of War there. So God of War going to have to defend to keep Danky Monkey behind him if he wants to keep that second position. Mr. Frey having recovered beautifully from that little spun out that he had. You can see him there in fourth position, not losing any time on Danky, keeping very, very close there. Now I didn't see who got the fastest lap, but I do believe it might be Spectre. But whoever got that fastest lap, shout out to you. We have Dogman on 8 laps on those hard tires. He is doing his utmost best. He's keeping a very, very consistent position on this race and on this track. It's amazing to behold. And then I just want to quickly jump here. I'm wondering if we might be seeing a little overtake coming from Danky Monkey shortly, because you can see he's on a 0.5, and definitely he tried. Oh, okay, we have a virtual safety car out on the track. Unfortunately there, I do believe it might be Wasabi. Let's have a look here, because I did see her drop down a couple of positions. Yeah, it might be Wasabi having a little bit of an incident there, but we do have the virtual safety car out on the track. This is going to be very, very bad news for Spectre and God of War in specifically, because Danky Monkey is in third position with 2 laps on new medium tires, and they are now losing the time advantage that they had over both Danky Monkey as well as Mr. Frey Frey.
Yes, yes. I mean, they worked hard to put that time between them, and now.
They really did. This is not what they want to see. We see a 10-second penalty going to Nikki Knox there, unfortunately overtaking behind the virtual safety car, which is not what you want to do, but she is one of the newbie drivers. So I'm 100% sure that she did not do that on purpose. Unfortunate there for her as well, and then for V-Power getting a drive-through penalty as well at the current moment in time. And we are on lap 18 out of 25. Hopefully this safety car enters back soon, because like I said, Persephone, this is very, very bad news for Spectre and God of War there in the front.
Yeah, it seems like these drivers are really aggressive with the safety car, though. I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
it's very hard driving behind the virtual safety car, because you have to maintain a steady speed, and not only do you have to maintain the speed, but you also have to maintain the position, and you cannot fall behind too much, because then you also get a warning. So it is quite the feat trying to stay behind those safety cars.
Yeah, but it seems like they all got a penalty now, so that is.
Yeah, we have a lot of penalties up there on the grid. We see a penalty there next to God of War. We see a penalty next to Danky. And I actually just want to have a look here. Danky Monkey attempting to overtake on the inside line, on the outside line. And again, he's on the inside line. And he does manage that overtake there, keeping that car a little bit tighter around the corner. God of War having definitely just decided to take hard mode this evening with his tire strategies on 11 laps on the hard tires on lap 19. So these tires are going to have to carry him like 6 laps further. And then we also have the Dogman overtaking there, and we are going to see Ulezi also overtaking on the outside line, affording your 2 kicks back up there to position 2 and 4. Perceives.
Go Kicks, go Kicks. I'm happy.
Go Kicks, go Kicks.
Go Kicks, go Kicks. I just want to say Lisa Lee Blonde 23 said at Faster Clucky, hey, hey, with a party hat smiley face.
Oh, that must be Angel.
I'm sure that's Engel.
Is that Engel? Welcome there to the chat, Engel. Some love and support going to Faster Cluck there in the McLaren. I'm always there for a little McLaren support, so I'm going to give you an additional whoop whoop.
Yes, we give you an additional whoop whoop. Go Faster Clucky. I think Ethan Faster Cluck is in position 10 and 11, so good for the McLaren.
Good for the McLarens, yes. They're keeping a steady pace mid-pack there. This is a arrive and drive for both of them, I believe, this evening. So we actually, I just want to have a little look here at Faster Cluck. Let him show off a little bit to Angel there in the chat. But yeah, so it is very hard on this track to also arrive and drive. So the McLaren's doing excellently this evening, all considering.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And Faster Cluck is one of our better drivers as well.
He really is.
If they practice, he's definitely one of the top drivers within our league.
Definitely. And then we do see Wasabi Baby. She was one of little bit of a tap there between Wasabi and Faster Clucky. Unfortunate spin out there. This is, however, Persephone going to force another safety car, I believe, unless Faster Cluck is able to recover, which I think he has, because I took too long to speak. But yeah, what I wanted to say, recover in time.
Yeah, and Lisa Lee Blonde 23 just confirmed that she is Engel.
Yeah, Hey, thank you for dropping us there in chat, Engel. We really do appreciate it. We're just going to call you Engel from now on, or like Angel or something. So hopefully that's cool. Yeah, I see some warnings flickering there on lap 21. Hopefully our drivers are able to keep their wits about them and keep their control on their car steady enough so that we don't finish this race off behind a safety car, Persephone. We do have 4 laps left of this race, and it seems like a lot of our drivers are on like a lot of laps on their tires, so they really are struggling to keep their cars as much under control as possible.
Yes, 100%. Can I just again just read where my kicks are?
Yes,
Right?
yes. Let us know where the kicks are.
So in first position we have Spectre Wolf. In second position we have Danky Monkey and a kick. And in third position we have Lazy and a kick.
In a kick. And that's the grid, folks. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for playing my game.
The 2 legs out there on the track. Thank you for making Persephone's evening. Just keep those positions so we have a happy Persephone at the end of this race.
Oh my goodness, why are we not on lap 35, people?
They're going to have to push a little bit. We do have God of War already jumping up there to 4th position, and you can see there at the back.
Yeah,
you can see there at the back, Marksman and Dogman fighting it out here for position 5 and 6. Marksman having overtaken a little bit there on Dogman, but having to give that position back. Dogman just having a little bit more speed there around the corner. So yeah, we do have a couple of races coming up here on the rear of the kicks. And then we have Nanarki also in the Haas taking up 7th position. The Haas team doing exceptionally well this league, Persephs. It's fantastic to see the Haas drivers up there as well. Marksman actually having overtaken the Dogman there just before the corner, so affording himself that 5th position. We have Hannibal back up here to 8th position after having pitted for hard tires. And then I just want to point out this amazing strat that we are seeing here coming from the Ferrari, Persephone, having taken a 2-stop pit or 2-pit race, 2-stop pit race, whatever, and just pitting for the soft tires there, and you can already see him taking back a little bit of that time that has been lost. Also having taken fastest lap the previous lap with a 1:17, so a little bit of a wiggle there, but definitely going to try, I believe, to make up a lot of time, and if not possible, take that fastest lap at the end of the race there. And then we have Ace 555 following closely there in 10th position. You can see the control on the cars is getting really hard, Persephs. Our racers are focusing and keeping their wits about them to keep these cars on the road. And Wasabi Baby just aggressively coming up here on Ace's rear, or like Ace used to say, his rump, to see if she will be able to take that 10th position from him here closer to the end of the race.
Aggressive driving, some tight cornering, as you always say. So
definitely this DRS, is it going to kick in? And it is. Wasabi Baby's DRS kicking in, having overtaken Ace, and Ace taking it right back there on the inside turn. Oh my word, I did not see that coming, Persephone. Ace is just like, oh no.
Oh no, and Wasabi is saying, oh yeah.
Oh. Collision coming there between the Mercedes and the McLaren. You can see some damage, I do believe. Yeah, you can definitely see the damage there on Ace's front wing. I don't think he has a front wing left, so yeah, the wing damaged beyond repair there. It's going to make him sway. He's going to lose some time, unfortunately, here. So hopefully he can just keep his pace up until the end of the race. We are on lap 24, so definitely rooting for my McLarens there, Ace and Faster Cluck, to just keep their wits and their heads about them. Just keep control of those cars.
Yeah, no, 100%. So let's run through the grid quickly. because we are on lap 24. So we
Yeah.
have Spectre Wolf in first position, Danky Monkey in second position, Lazy in third position, God of War in fourth, Marksman in fifth, The Dogman in sixth, Hannibal in seventh, Nanarki in eighth, Frey in ninth, Wasabi in 10th, Ace Triple Five in 11th, Mr. Elf in 12th, Darth Vader in 13th, Fast the Clock in 14th, V Power in 15th, Foxy Cute in 16th, Peach in 17th, The Rebon in 18th, Nikki Knox in 19th, and Unfair Straw in 20th.
Well done to our races. I'm going to jump here to Spectre Wolf. I just want to see where he is on the track. He's going around the corner leading into sector 2. My apologies, everyone. And then we do see quite the tight battle there on the grid going on between Ulezi in the kick in third position and God of War in the Red Bull in fourth position. We actually saw a little position change coming there. So if God of War does want that third position for podium, he's going to have to do something at this moment in time, because we have Spectre who's going to lead us around our last corner around sector 3. Definitely looking like he might be taking this win this evening, which would be lovely to see. So let's just have a look. Spectre Wolf without a penalty next to his name, wiggling his car over the checkered line there, taking the first position and the win for the evening. It's fantastic to see Spectre Wolf back up there on the grid, back up there in position 1. He is our previous league champion, so very, very excited to see Spectre taking this win this evening for the Williams. So hopefully you all voted for Spectre. And then we have Danky Monkey following suit in second position. Ulezi, however, with a penalty, taking the third, going over to fourth, affording God of War that third position. Marksman going to cross this finish line in fifth position, and he will be followed by the Dogman in sixth position. Okay, well, I'm just going to slow down a little bit because we're still waiting for Marksman. And then the Dogman in 6th, Nanarki in 7th, Hannibal there in 8th position, Mr. Frey, we will see where he stops, 9th position it is, Elf ZA there in 10th, Wasabi in 11th, Darth Vader in 12th, well done Darth Vader. And then unfortunately for that damage there, Ace in 13th position, followed there by Faster Clucky in 14th position. And then I'm going to run through this grid as soon as it pops up on the screen, just to get our entire driver grid up on the screen. And then Perseph's your kick, Ulezi in your kick, taking the driver of the day.
Brilliant. He did very well.
Kick really did very well. I'm exceptionally happy for them. So yeah, just to reiterate, we do have Spectre back up there in position 1 for the Williams, followed there by Danky Monkey. Is it Danky Monkey?
And the kick. Yeah,
it is Danky Monkey in the kick in second position, and God of War, like you said, for the Red Bull in third position. Well done to all of our drivers. This was some fantastic racing in Hungary.
Brilliant.
I just want to have a look before we prep up. I want to see if we can get this grid. Yeah, let's quickly run through it. So Spectre in first, Danky second, God of War third, Ulezi in fourth, Marksman fifth, the Dogman sixth, Nanarki seventh, Hannibal eighth, Frey 9, Mr. Alf 10th, Wasabi 11th, Darth Vader 12th, Ace Triple Five 13th, Faster Cluck 14th. Why can I not go down? Okay, there we go. And then we have V-Power in 15th, Foxy Cute in 16th, Peach in 17th, Zerrigon in 18th, Nikki Knox there in 19th, and Unfair Straw in 20th position, with 2 seconds to spare, everyone.
Well done.
Whoop, whoop. So, yeah, everyone, just bear with us for a couple of minutes while we prep up our post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back to just get a little bit of our interviews up in here. So please don't go anywhere. We will be back shortly. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to our post-race interview. And boy, Persephone, was this a race!
100%.
It was rough. Thank you, Frey there in the chat for letting us know. Hopefully we do have the sound back on. But everyone, please help me welcome our third place for the evening, God of War. So let's see if God of War will be joining us. Welcome, God of War.
Hi, good evening.
And congratulations.
Good evening.
Thank you.
You sound so mad though.
Yeah, no comment.
Okay, well then, before we start with the commenting, God of War, first of all, well done, congratulations. And it looks like you were either having a little bit of a slip and slide issue there closer to the end, or you were giving us some in-game wiggles. So can you give us a little bit of a breakdown what happened there?
The times were quick. Tires didn't last, and I lost 22 seconds stuck behind someone with a virtual safety car, and I couldn't pass him. So that kind of ruined the race. I could have fought for the win, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. But God of War, you did really, really well. We enjoyed watching you this evening. And yeah, I do agree you could have fought for the win. You were up there in our third place guess on our predictions. So yeah, we have faith in you. You have some commentary support.
That's awesome to hear. Thank you very much.
And then God of War, tell me, how will you be preparing for Singapore?
I'm going to put some training wheels on my car and some floating devices so that no one can bump me and no one can, everyone can stay away from me. Then I can have a clean race.
We will give you like a neon like X to put on your car livery that says, "Leave me alone, please leave me alone."
That's perfect.
God of War, you did excellently. I'm going to hand it over to Persephone for our quiz section of our post-race interview. And again, well done.
Cool. Thanks.
Congratulations. Congrats. Yeah. He's so happy. I can just feel the enthusiasm. It's wonderful.
It's radiating.
Yeah. It's radiating. So God of War, this is just a complete the sentence type of question. So it's just names. So complete the name of this F1 rock star whose name echoes like a rallying cry. Damon
Hill.
There you go. Thank you. CE.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, God of War. Have a lovely evening and good luck for Singapore.
Thank you. You too. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, we're definitely going to need all the luck we can get, Persephone. I believe Singapore is an exceptionally hard track. But before we get to that, please help me welcome our second place for the evening, one of Persephone's kicks. Welcome, Danky.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
It's going good, and you?
Good, thank you, I can't complain.
Oh, that's fantastic. And then, Danky, we are so excited to have you back on the podium this evening. We were missing you.
Me too. I had a thought this week, why am I not on the podium? And I thought to myself, I'm going to be a little bit less aggressive and take the race a bit more calm. And it worked out this time. So next week we'll do the same thing and see if it pans out.
That's a very good strat to have. It was exceptional driving coming from you. And I must say, it did seem like you were a lot more calculated this week than last week. So just give us a little bit of what strategy you applied this evening.
Yeah, so I went for the hards to mediums because, of course, I like to have a soft tire when the car is light. That's why I always end on the softer tire. So I went for that strat. I went like 3 laps later than everyone else. I pitted, and I think that VSC was perfect for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have caught Frey and them. So the VSC timing was perfect. And I think on the other side as well, just not fighting as much because it loses you time in the total time of the race as well. So I just focused on my own race and just focused going forward.
Yeah, and then weren't you nervous at all about that pit strategy? Because we were getting like exceptionally nervous because everyone was on new tires, and then Danky Monkey is still on like 12 lap, 13 lap original tires. So we were like, go pit, go pit.
Yes, of course. You know what? On the 13th lap, I was like, should I pit or not? And I said to the people, the engineers, listen, I'm going to box this lap. And I decided not to at the last minute and decided to go one more time. And I think that was perfect because if I pitted on lap 13, the VSC timing wouldn't have been there.
But that was fantastic driving coming from you, Danky. It only counts in your good books that you are driving for Persephone's Kicks. You have a lot of support coming from commentary side as well. And it was so nice having just seen your excellent driving this evening. So I'm going to hand it over to Persephone for our quiz part of the interview.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Congratulations. Thank you, Monkey. I don't know if you listen to the stream, but I'm a huge Kick fan. I don't know why.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware. I'm glad we do you proud, of course.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I'm a big Kick fan, so I'm very excited for the Kicks. You guys did great. So this is just a complete the name type of thing. So it's just, I'm going to give you the name and you just have to give me the person's surname. So complete the name of this racing hero whose legacy burns like the engines he piloted. Fernando
Alonso.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, Monkey.
I just want to give a shout out to my teammate Ulezi as well. Started P20, worked his way up to P4. Absolute what a drive. I just want to give props to him as well.
Absolute excellent driving coming from the Kicks, and we so look forward to seeing you next week in Singapore. Good luck.
Yes, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
Everyone, that was our second place for the evening. Please help me welcome our first place back on the podium this week. It's excellent to just having seen him finish a race as well as win the first one that is able to finish. Please help me welcome Spectre Wolf. Welcome, Spectre.
Hey, everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's fantastic to have you back. We were saying during the race it would be great to see Spectre back up there on the podium. You had such a tough time this league so far. So how are you feeling at this moment?
I'm feeling good. The dopamine is flooded in my brain. So I'm ecstatic. I just feel like it was just a nice chilled race, not a lot of stress, and tires slipping everywhere. The car felt great, and I was just focusing on some good lines.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear, Spectre. You started out with a fantastic strategy. Can you give us a little bit of a rundown? What went through your mind? What was your plan for this evening?
Basically, I haven't practiced Ring as much as I wanted to, so we were away for the weekend. But I quickly put a few laps in just before we started. So muscle memory kicked in. At least we did the track from the last league, and I did quite well there. So it paid off. I tried not to rush things too much. I went for a more smoother approach when steering, so that went quite my way. Just use the ERS a little bit smarter, especially in the heavy braking zones. I turned ERS off so that I can recover it faster for the straights. That's how I managed to catch Frey the middle, so that paid off super well. And just went for a medium hard tire strategy, and relatively straightforward. That also paid off super well. So I'm now very glad.
It really did pay off. It was excellent driving coming from you. It was such a pleasure to watch you. So Spectre, I'm going to quickly hand it over to Persephone just for our quiz part of the interview.
Well, thank you so much, Persephone.
Congratulations. Excellent driving.
Thank you.
The quiz part is just to complete the person's name. So I'm just going to give you the name and you have to give me the surname. So complete the name of this old school champion whose precision was as sharp as his driving. Jim?
Jim.
Yeah, his name is Jim.
I have no idea. How old is it?
I don't know.
Is it like super old?
Just be like, who is Jim? And then you quickly chat GPT it there in the background.
No. I can honestly say I don't know Jim in Formula One.
Okay, do you want
Honestly.
another one? Let me give you another one.
What's the nationality?
I don't
Can
know.
I ask?
I don't know. All I literally have a sentence and his name. That's all I have.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's way before my F1 watching times.
I think let's
what is
give our winner a new one, Persefs.
Okay, let's try Fernando
Alonso.
There we go.
We actually did have Alonso, so can I quickly throw one in there? Just give us the surname of one of my favorites, Oscar.
Yes. Piastri.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much for joining us. We look
Wait,
forward
before you
to
go. Wait, who's
My
Jim?
favorite
Tell me who Jim is. What's his surname?
Jim Clark.
Jim who? Clark.
Clark, yeah. Jim
I've
Clark.
never heard that name before.
Well,
I'll
now
have to go research him.
yeah, I think so. But we do look forward, Spectre, to seeing you next week in Singapore. And again, congratulations on this win.
Awesome, really appreciate it. Have such a good evening, guys.
You too. Everyone, that was our pause 1, 2, 3, but we do have one more person that we do need to interview this evening. Please help me welcome our driver of the day, Ulezi.
Hi there.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You almost got third.
No, almost. I got a penalty in the last lap in sector 1.
Yeah. Yes, I saw, but still excellent driving.
Yeah,
Really
again,
excellent
you
driving.
started out in position 20 and just worked your way up to the top and taking driver of the day in the process.
Yeah, it was a tough one, yo. People gave me a really hard time with it.
Is this your new thing? Are you giving yourself hard mode now by not qualifying?
No, I was late. I was showering because I practiced from school.
Okay. But when you realize that you missed qualifying and you're going to have to fight your way back up from 20th, how did that affect your strategy going into the race?
So I went.
Oh goodness, Ulezi, we're missing you a little bit there. You cut out. If maybe you can just give us a little sound check there quickly. No sound check coming there from Ulezi. I'm not sure what happened there. Persephone, can you give me a whoop whoop?
Whoop whoop.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you guys for a second.
There we go. We have you back. We unfortunately couldn't hear what you were saying, so if you can just run us through that again.
Yeah, I was saying that I was trying to gain as much track position as possible and then just make constant adaptations to my strategy from there.
That's amazing. And you pitted quite late. Did that have an effect on the amount of positions you think you were able to gain?
Not necessarily. I pitted late because I felt like I could hold my tires out a bit longer, just so I could try to get the undercut on certain drivers. And Hannibal was one of them, and I got it on him. And then, yeah, it all worked out in the end.
That's actually so cool. I'm going to remember that strategy. I'm going to use it in sentences that I completely know what I'm talking about. So, Leslie, I'm going to hand it over to Persephone to just continue our quiz part of the interview.
Right, thank you.
Brilliant. So, Leslie, we're just completing sentences. So I'm going to give you the person's name, and then you're just going to give me his surname. So complete the name of the superstar whose name is iconic and his record-breaking drives. Lewis.
Hamilton.
Brilliant. Thank you. Well done.
Ulesi, again, congratulations, well done, and we so look forward to seeing you next week in Singapore.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ulesi.
Bye.
And bye. Sorry. And then everyone, we do have a tiny little surprise for you guys. We do have Ace 555 here in the studio. He's going to make a tiny little announcement for our couch and our couch community. Everybody watching all of our races, everybody participating. So yeah, please help me welcome Ace 555. Welcome, Ace.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be me, myself, Ace 555. So predominantly, I just want to say from the couch side to everybody watching, subscribing, and enjoying everything that thank you. We've actually reached our affiliation goal, and from here on out, we can just take it even higher. So yeah, just a big shout out and thank you to everybody supporting. And let's take it further.
Thank you so much, Ace. So yeah, for all of those, like I said earlier in the stream, we can now put predictions up, we can put polls up there, you guys can earn couch pillows. So yeah, just again from my side as well, thank you for your support. Stick with us, we will be bringing you a lot more coming from the couches side as well. So this is going to be the end of race 4 in Hungary. I really did enjoy hosting it for you guys. This is going to be me. I'm Anomaly, and my excellent co-host Persephone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, and then peace, love, world peace, all of that. We will see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.